So sometimes I want to go back and check what are the most credible news report this year. And to me, this is the biggest one. This one came out January 27th this year by Ark Invest. And according to them, right, Ethereum alone with Bitcoin alongside these other altcoins, Cardano, BNB, they are set to hit a $20 trillion market cap by 2030. This is within this decade. That is absolutely insane. If that is the case, you're going to see that $1 million Bitcoin. Yes, you're going to see Ethereum as high as $180,000 per ETH token. And you're going to see that $5,000 to $10,000 per BNB token. Yes. And you're going to see that $32 Cardano and so on. So with that being said, stay tuned, like and subscribe. We're going to digest this one today. So Ark Invest, one of the best when it comes to bringing up news report, sniffing out what are the best trends to identify over the next decade. Because I told you a long time ago on this channel, institutional investors are different from, retail investors. Retail, we see things next door. We paper hand. If it doesn't work out, we sell, we get out. Institutional investors can sit on assets for, they measure things by time, a decade time frame. So if the likes of Ark Invest can sniff out Tesla from 2013 to 2022, for example, institutional investors can sniff out how Facebook is going to perform, WhatsApp, they buy these things on their infancy and they, measure it by using their own metrics and everything. So this is no different. This is what they did with crypto, and they came out with, this conclusion right here, because Ark Invest is huge. If you look at them, investment advisors focusing on solely, innovation. They are institutional investors, but they are mainly focused on, changing the mindset of traditional finance investing coming into crypto. So the likes of Ark Invest, the likes of Grayscale, they will be the big bridges when it comes to traditional finance moving into crypto. They're going to be changing these people's minds rapidly. And to me, this article, when it came out, that's pretty much when it did, because they predict, Ethereum's market cap alone would have reached at least $20 trillion, and Bitcoin's price at this time would exceed $1 million by 2030. Based on BTC's new use case and how Ethereum captures the market share from, TradeFi. This is Cathie Wood, the lady that invested early into Bitcoin. She was super early. She got so rich off of Bitcoin alone because, the likes of her, the likes of Shamath, this is what they do. They are VCs, venture capitalists that go out there, find unicorns when they're really low in market cap. They put a ton load of money in it. They bring hedge funds, they bring the big guns, the big real sledgehammer holders into crypto pretty much. And these people sit on it. They hold on for 5, 6, 7 year time frame and they're rich. So this can exceed $20 trillion in terms of market capitalization within this decade, the next 10 years. And Ethereum by then would be at $170,000 to $180,000, guys. This is absolutely insane. If knowing this, what you know, why wouldn't you buy Ethereum at $1,000 if you know that one day it's gonna hit 100K? Just 10 ETH could make you a multi-millionaire. 10 Ethereum tokens sitting on them over the next few years. If this right here plays out, and it is gonna play out, I have a hunch that crypto every 4 years eats off of traditional finance and the global market share. So every 4 years, thanks to Bitcoin, even altcoins can eat off of these. Now, the report also predicted big things for Bitcoin. By 2030, they reckon Bitcoin is gonna hit $1 million, and this is absolutely insane. So Ark Invest, they are not small. They are an American tech focused, run by Cathie Wood, of course, and they're just a firm based in the United States, and they manage over $12.4 billion in assets under management, just like Grayscale, pretty much. You know how much Bitcoin Grayscale holds. Ark Invest is bringing in traditional finance and all these big investors into crypto. So This is what their prediction is, and they even touched on DeFi, especially DeFi on Ethereum and how well it performed. Decentralized finance, for example, promises more interoperability, transparency, financial services, while minimizing, intermediary fees and counterparty risk. This is very important, this part right here. Counterparty risk, meaning, this is what Richard Hart's been fighting pretty much. The likes of FTX, Terra Luna, all these collapses, middlemen that was holding Celsius, that was holding your money for you. Counterparty risk, third party. When you hear Richard Hart talking about middleman, cut out the middleman. This is what DeFi does. It cuts out the middleman. It's completely peer-to-peer transactions between point A to point B with no bank, nobody in the middle to hold your money for you, right? So according to Ark, smart contracts and decentralized applications on Ethereum alone, we haven't even gone past to the Binances and all these other layer ones. On Ethereum alone, have margins. The report highlighted that, banking, lending, exchanges, brokerage, assets under management, insurances, derivatives, these are all have outperformed traditional market. This is DeFi alone. And look at the most important part right here, right? Ark estimated that DeFi outperformed traditional finance over the last 12 months in terms of revenue per employee. This is the gap between 88 million to 8 million. So for every $8 million traditional finance has bought in terms of banking, DeFi has bought in $88 million at every single sector. This is DeFi on ETH alone. This is what I was fighting at the beginning of this year. I said, you guys don't realize how much DeFi on ETH has outperformed traditional finance. That is absolutely impressive. Look at this, guys. Banking. The Bank of America, for example, the revenue base they have brought in for every 8 million compound of Ethereum, compound Aave, MakerDAO in them, they brought in $88 million paid out pretty much compared to what Bank of America paid out. This was 2021, right? And then you got Uniswap versus the New York City NYC exchange, stock exchange, and that. For every 8 million they brought, Uniswap had ate up $88 million, outperformed them by maybe 10, 15 times that much. This is absolutely impressive. Robinhood, the traditional investing app, MetaMask has outperformed it this much. And you got BlackRock, the CEO. This is the reason why they got into crypto, because they realized that the Yearn finances and that on Ethereum was killing them. DeFi derivatives. And you got insurances, AIG Insurance, Nexus Mutual, the mutual fund in crypto on Ethereum, ETH, with Uniswap and all, they killing them. And you got the CME groups, derivatives. I like synthetic assets. I made some money with synthetic assets last year. Not much, but synthetics for the next 10 years, look out, is one of them ones right there, one of them winners, because derivatives are going to be very, very important in the future. So there you have it. So in terms of Bitcoin, the report forecasts $1.36 million per BTC with a $28.5 trillion market cap. And this is what they put out, that this is how much is going to eat it up. Right now, we're at what, 300 billion, 0.3 trillion, which is about 14 to 16,000 per BTC. The Bitcoin is eating up the remittance network. When Bitcoin goes to $133,000, that's a $2.8 trillion market cap. They will be eating up emerging market currencies, economic settlement networks, national treasuries, national state treasuries, 1% of total reserves. Bitcoin is going to be at $181,000 per BTC. So every 4 years, Bitcoin is going to eat up all of these. I'm going to leave the link of this report in the description box below, and you check it out for yourself. Ark also argues that Bitcoin is going to revolutionize energy itself. It's not that it is energy efficient. There are coins that are completely carbon negative, like Hedera, Hashgraph and that, but Bitcoin is going to be probably working towards that, not to be so carbon negative, but it will be low enough that renewable energy, all these carbon free sources would be used to mine Bitcoin in the future, so that people won't have to cry about these things. This is how big and huge DeFi has outperformed traditional finance. This is how huge Bitcoin and Ethereum and all of these has outperformed traditional finance. This is a thing put out by Altcoin Daily. And look at this, guys. Every 4-year cycle, Bitcoin has outperformed traditional finance like this. From 2010 to 2014 or 2013, 4-year cycle, 25 cents at every Christmas Eve. Price of Bitcoin is this, 25 cents at 2010. The next Christmas Eve, $4. Next Christmas Eve, 2013, $13. Next Christmas Eve, $651. First 4-year cycle, then Bitcoin drops. And then it starts again, 2014 to 2017. Look at this, $330 Christmas Eve, 2015, $453. Christmas Eve 2016, $899 per BTC. Christmas Eve 2017, $13,673 per BTC. Drops low again, back down to $3,000, right? Starts again, Christmas Eve 2018 to 2021 cycle, $4,000 per BTC. Christmas Eve 2019, $7,000. Christmas Eve 2020, $23,400. Christmas Eve 2021, $51,000 per BTC, and it dipped again. Right now we are at Christmas Eve 2022. Bitcoin is at 16,000. Christmas Eve next year, you're gonna see Bitcoin at a higher price than 16,000, sometimes in 2023, and then the cycle continues. If you was doing this over the last decade, you would have outperformed anything in terms of investment. This is the power of Bitcoin. People don't realize that these cycles right here, they play out exactly as intended and they never miss. Look at the thing, you know, if you just invested into these ones right here, winning, you are winning. So my goal is to probably, you know, if I make enough money into DeFi, if I make enough money from altcoins, I always make sure that I put some of it back into Bitcoin. Bitcoin is a long-term hold for me. I'm talking about a 10-15 year gap because of the power of this and what it can do when it comes to just changing the entire financial ecosystem. It is so powerful. You're looking at, you know, how this thing go from 25 cents designed by Satoshi in 2010 to $51,000 end of 2021 within a decade, pretty much. And now you're talking about countries adopting Bitcoin as a legal tender. This report right here says, you know, institutional investments are coming, corporate treasuries, and national state treasury rate worldwide. Bitcoin would capture 1%. You know what that means? For every country, their nation state treasuries, every country has treasuries pretty much. And imagine each country, Bitcoin captures 1% of their treasury reserves, just like what it did with El Salvador, the likes of Nigeria. There's a lot of countries that are slowly adopting Bitcoin as a legal tender. They are holding it more than gold. My opinion, Bitcoin is eyeing for the market cap of gold, which is about $10 to $15 trillion right now. Within the next decade, it's going to eat that up. If you look at these prices, you know that Bitcoin is not playing. Every 4 years, it just keeps on increasing and increasing. The cycle continues. So look up BTC. The report will be linked in the description box below. And like I said, man, $32 per ADA. You're looking at Ethereum, $181,000. Right now is at $1,000. Bitcoin at $1 million right now is at 16,000. BNB at $5,000 to $10,000 is at $200 right now. Winners are made right now in the bear market. XRP, people are talking about $589, $200 per XRP. Who knows? But as little as $50 per XRP, $20 is gonna change a lot of people's lives. So at 34 cents, for example, $2,000 to $5,000 per XRP. This could change your life in the future. You never know. Whatever the outcome is from the SEC battle, it's going to turn out good for XRP. Even if they get hit up as a security, and 99% of altcoins are securities, there are going to be some form of regulation that will allow these people to coexist. You can't wipe them out. That's it. It's crypto. You got Dogecoin, another one that could be a winner out of them. Cardano, $32 ADA. Within this decade, people have been preaching it for how long now? You know, check it out. The likes of Polkadot, even Litecoin. Bitcoin is going to drag all of these up with it. That's what I'm trying to say price wise. So if you are investing within this decade, look into these powerful layer ones and Bitcoin. Park your money somewhere where it is safe. And even if you are doing your DeFi gamble, degen play, whatever, and you make a ton, you're lucky, because it's a shot. It's a hit or miss with DeFi. We've lost money, made some money. If you make some money with DeFi, with whatever contract it is, make sure you put some of it at least back into these right here. Look at the long-term perspective and be a clear winner in the future. Have that long-term mindset is what I'm trying to say in this video. Like up the video, share it, subscribe for some crypto content. I've been Mr. Nakamoto Crypto, and I'm out.